I'm Dr. Arvid Edward, and I'm on a mission to create a safe and happy home for all kinds of pets right across America. Be careful, man. I heard some air whisper to me like, hey. No matter what the problem.
You got her?
I do not.
It's okay.
It's just a chicken. Join us for a big dose of Southern hospitality.
I'm stopping with the big dog.
I'm headed down to my client Susan's farm to take a look at her horse Danny, who has a chronic heart and knee issue. So we're gonna go treat him, but because she has a lot of animals running around on this farm, you never know what you're gonna get when you get down here.
Cinderella, what? Look at that. You cannot eat that. What are you doing back in my kitchen? I know the dogs come in.
And there we have the unexpected.
Yeah, if you leave that back door open, she's gonna come straight in.
I can't believe my eyes. I'm standing in Susan's kitchen, watching her horse Cinderella eating off of her counter.
But look at my floor. It's been stomped and tore up. You see, Dr. Edward? See my floor?
It's never a dull moment at this lady's house. Doc Wynn.
Hey, guys.
How you doing, man?
It's good to see you again.
Good to see you. Glad you can come out and help with Mr. Danny here.
Thank you.
Doc Wynn is a large animal veterinarian and a good friend. Has he had a sedative yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. I was gonna say, if you wanna go ahead and get that rolling.
Absolutely.
All right, and then I'll go ahead. He's definitely my go-to guy when treating horses. Danny, how you doing, big man? Good to see you. Danny's a very sick horse. And because of his health issues, he's struggling to eat. So I'm gonna see what I can do to help Danny out today.
Yeah, he's gonna be feeling good in a minute. My niece brought him over here to me and said that he'd been being abused. He couldn't even stand on that leg, it was so bad. I had to hot pack it 3 times a day. This poor horse has been through it.
Yeah, this thing looks really infected.
Seeing Danny's knee, it's a lot worse than I expected.
Well, hopefully we can collect some of this fluid so we can kind of
Send it off to the lab and analyze it and see what type of infection we're dealing with.
And you can tell as he's not using it, see how swollen that leg is?
Yeah.
That's non-use.
This infection can be really bad, especially if we're dealing with a resistant strain of bacteria.
grab some of this fluid here.
Swab.
Oh, that's a good one there. This bacteria can get into his joints, which can ultimately cause Danny to lose his leg, maybe even his life.
So we'll scrub it up real good. And we really got to flush this out with that saline.
They know when you're helping them.
Yeah.
So we want to try to set up for ultrasound now?
All right. We've done what we can for Danny's infected knee, and we just need to wait on the lab results of that bacteria. Let me listen to him here. Now, to check out his bad heart.
Yeah.
Still got a nice little murmur there. So what a heart murmur is basically an abnormal heart sound. So we're going to do an ultrasound and look at the valves to kind of see how big of a defect the heart has. What we don't want to see is a lot of fluid buildup because that's a clear indication that we're in heart failure.
We're working our way around the pericardial sac right here. And see if we can't go ahead and catch this 5th rib now.
Susan's very upset. Danny is very, very sick.
How bad is it?
Yeah, it's not good.
Definitely got some fluid around Danny.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It's a baby.
When that infection from that hock joint gets in his system, it can affect not only the heart, the liver, the kidneys, etc., but because he already has a heart condition, it just makes it worse.
It's my baby. He took care of me when my husband died. He pulled me through it.
Well, we're gonna help keep him around as long as we can, okay? I know he means a lot to you.
I love this horse. Yeah, I've had a lot of horses, but I guess I just bonded with him.
All right. There we go.
Take care of it.
All right, Danny. There you go. All right, so we got the sample from Danny's joint. I'll give you a call as soon as we get the results back.
Okay.
All right.
I know it's gonna be good news.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right. Susan.
Yes, hey, how you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
The lab results are back for the sample I took from Danny the horse's infected knee.
Grab some of this fluid here.
His owner, Susan, has been waiting anxiously for any news. So there was some bad bacteria present, but the good news is that it is responsive to the antibiotics we sent him home with. So hopefully that should get in there and start to work and make him feel a little bit better.
Thank goodness. God, I needed some good news. I've been so worried about him.
How's he doing otherwise?
He's feeling a lot better. The gate was left open this morning, and he went to the neighbor's garden, and I had to go chase him down. And
Well, I'm happy to hear that.
I sure do appreciate it.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
I'm glad I was able to give Susan some positive news on Danny's health, because I know she's really feeling bad for him. But the good thing is that the antibiotics that he's on, the bacteria that we found is responsive to it. So hopefully that'll get him feeling better, get his appetite up a bit, and give Susan a little bit more time with him.
Australia is famous the world over for its unique wildlife. You could cover vast distances to see just some of what this spectacular continent has to offer. Or you can simply head to where I'm off to now. I'm on my way to Kangaroo Island, just 13 kilometres off the South Australian coast. A landmass famous for its rich variety of typically Australian wildlife. To prove it, how's this? I don't even have to get off the boat to meet some of the amazing locals.
Its isolation means it hasn't suffered like the mainland from the impact of European settlement. For a start, it's one of few places spared from the destructive habits of introduced feral pests like foxes and rabbits.
But it's not without its problems. A place like KI, as the islanders call it, is a magnet for tourists. A small island economy needs them, but it's a delicate balance that must be managed. I've only got 2 days here. I want to cram as much wildlife in as I can. With so many animals to see on KI, and not long to tick them off, I've made up a wish list. At the top, one of Australia's iconic lizards. I've only just got off the boat, but already I'm in luck.
Down this hole is the first reptile spot for the day. It's called a Rosenberg's monitor, and it lives in this heathy scrub. Now, being on an island, I wasn't sure what he was going to do. I've caught them on the mainland, and you have to be fast because they take off, but I thought here on an island, perhaps no predators, maybe he'd just sit there. But the second I get out of the car, he took off down the hole. And it must be deep because I can't even see the tip of his tail.
If I don't spot one for the rest of the day, I'll bring something to help me catch a glimpse. Just up the track, I've seen something of interest.
Best homes for tiger snakes. That tin's nice and warm in the afternoon.
The tiger snakes on KI differ in a few ways from their mainland counterparts. For a start, they're darker, which retains heat, important in a climate more susceptible to colder extremes. They also tend to grow a fair bit larger here, mainly due to their diet. Frogs and skinks are replaced by an annual gorging on mutton bird chicks. What doesn't change is how deadly they are. Tigers are the 4th most venomous land-based snake on Earth. Combined with a fiery temper, they are not to be messed with, no matter where you are. No tiger under here, but it looks like I found myself another venomous Aussie icon.
Look at that. That's a redback spider. It's late afternoon and I'm out looking for tiger snakes and goannas, but tin like this and rubbish, as messy as it looks, is actually perfect hiding spot for reptiles because it stays warm. But in this case, it's a big old redback spider. This one's particularly interesting. It's about as big as you'll ever see, and it's had a little skink for dinner some time ago. Now it's just dehydrated, but it sucked all the goodness out of that skink that's probably gone under here for a bit of warmth and a sleep and got caught up in the wrong spider's web. I can tell this is a female because of her size, but also because of the egg sacs. And at the moment, they'd either be little eggs, spiders might even have hatched inside and just haven't come out of that sac yet. I'm gonna flip her over and put her right back where she was.
As you might have guessed, the island is home to a population of kangaroos. They're in fact a subspecies of the western grey. They're a little smaller than their mainland cousins, and to help with the Southern Ocean's winters, they've developed a thicker coat. One thing they have in common with roos everywhere is the sense to avoid the heat of the day. They'll bed down in the shade and emerge at dusk to go out and feed. And the name of these remarkable creatures? Well, Kangaroo Island kangaroos, of course.
It's me. Yeah, well, you're feeling better, aren't you?
Sonny's broken leg has been repaired and the feisty cuckoo is now getting VIP treatment at the clinic.
Cuckoos love fruits and berries, so that is what Sonny gets. Would you like some raspberries, sir? Do you like him? Ooh. Yeah. The challenge is going to be to make sure he gets more fruit than he does Chris. It's hard to tell which is raspberry and which is blood. You sweet enough for you?
Sonny's pulled through this surgery better than I ever could have hoped, but he still has a huge challenge ahead of him. His migration season's just around the corner, and if he is going to make it all the way to Papua New Guinea, that leg needs to be 100%. Josh.
Sonny is moving in with bird expert Josh Cook.
You like to surprise me, don't you?
Yeah, this is Mango.
Hey, Mango. Hey, buddy.
Really just feed him up, just get him well, and hopefully in a few weeks' time, if that leg's
ready
up
to
to
go.
it, you're ready to go.
No worries.
You agree with that, Mango? It's a good diagnosis? Yeah? So I really hope the 5-star treatment with Josh will make all the difference.
See you later, son.
Yeah. Shaking hands, aren't you? Yeah. Yes, okay, I understand.
Hi, I'm Dr. Danny Dusek from Bondi Vet. If you love our show and want to see more, plus some amazing content about pets and how to care for them, hit the subscribe button. Click that little notification bell and we'll see you on our next video.